got to remember that. Beautiful. Hello. Oh, it works. Hi, everybody. Can you hear me? Can you see me too, even?
You want the stool down?
Oh, yeah. Oh, wait. The two options were the stool or like that. I'm doing this. Okay. Hello, everybody. Happy Sunday. My name is Bobby. I'm the church council chair and very blessed and pleased to be doing that. Thank you, everybody, for coming. This is an excellent showing. Thank you so much to Sally and all the wonderful volunteers that put the meal together. Let's give them all a hand right now. Woohoo! Thank you to Mark for an absolutely beautiful message. Absolutely beautiful. And Mark and all the staff, thank you for everything you're doing and to support Mark as he works through this with his physical challenge right now. So let's have a big hand for our staff as well, okay? Before I introduce Karen Atkinson, who's going to be our speaker, I want to remind everybody, when you're done, just leave your dishes right in the pews. We're going to collect them and go do the dishes later. If you would like to give a small donation, you're very welcome. Absolutely not obliged, but there is a container over here by the juice. And I want to thank, another thing that I want to mention is I went on live stream yesterday to catch up on Mark's sermons, because I sometimes slip out. And I'm so impressed with the way Mark and the team takes care of all these technicalities around live streaming and the quality of that. And hello, I think we're live streamed right now. So hello, everyone. And it's so wonderful that people can be with us online. So it adds to our sense of community. I would like to introduce Karen Atkinson, who is a key member of the steering committee for the Just Like Family initiative. Karen has worked extremely hard putting this all together, collecting information, and I want to thank Karen, and also Mark and Sally, who are also members of the team with myself. So thank you, Karen. Come on up.
I don't need the stool. Welcome, everyone. My name is Karen Atkinson, as Bobby mentioned, and this is my first big speech in front of a crowd, so I'm a little nervous. Am I coming across okay? Is this better? Louder? Okay, I'll talk louder. Okay. Welcome to this special gathering where we explore a new opportunity to serve our community. Before we dive into today's presentation, I want to take a moment to address the previous meeting we had regarding this investment opportunity. It did not go as planned, and we acknowledge the concerns and frustrations that many of you have expressed. We've taken your feedback to heart. We learned a lot from that experience and have changed our approach to ensure that your concerns are addressed more effectively. We are committed to transparency and open communication throughout this process. Our goal today is to provide you with clear information about the Just Like Family investment opportunity and to answer any questions you have. There will be time at the end to address any questions that arise from today. Trillium United Church is not looking to run a business, but rather, we're looking at investing in a social enterprise, in a franchise. The current operational budget will not be affected. All the current programs at Trillium will not be affected. The council believes that this investment has great potential to benefit our community and align with our church's values. I'm here to ensure that you feel informed and confident about this investment opportunity. Next meeting, we'll focus more on the financial aspects of investing in this franchise and the benefits for Trillium. Let us begin with a prayer. Heavenly Father, we come before you today with grateful hearts, thanking you for the many blessings you have bestowed upon us. As a community of faith, we seek your divine guidance and wisdom. Lord, open our hearts and minds to new ideas and possibilities that align with your will. Help us to embrace change with faith and trust in your plan. May we be receptive to opportunities that allow us to serve others with love and compassion. Guide each of us as we consider these opportunities. Let us see the potential for growth and positive impact within our community. Guide our thoughts and actions so we may reflect your love in all that we do. We ask your blessing upon this gathering and for your presence to guide us every step of the way. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Before I delve into the specifics of this investment opportunity, I want to share a personal story that I hope will illustrate the importance of investing in our future, even if it means stepping out of our comfort zone. When I was married, our financial situation was very, very dire. We were living paycheck to paycheck, but not really. I was relying on the goodness of others for clothing for my children, the food bank for groceries. We were really struggling to survive. The only way to get out of that situation was to make changes. We were already saving everything we could think of. We didn't have cell phones, TV. We moved in with my parents, so we weren't paying rent or paying for a place to live. And yet, we couldn't seem to get our heads above water. Continuing to do what we were doing wasn't working. Making small changes wasn't working. Making the expected changes wasn't working. A whole shakeup was the only thing that was going to make a difference. Drastic change. Allowing myself and my family, to walk through a time of extreme discomfort in the hopes that there was something better awaiting us on the other side. I had to make some transformative decisions to invest in our future. Divorcing my husband was one of the hardest decisions that I've ever made. It went against everything that I believed in, but it was also one of the most difficult transitions that I've ever endured. Not knowing what the future held, everything that I knew was changing in a direction I was completely unsure of. In those moments of uncertainty and fear, I felt God's presence guiding me. I realized that staying in a situation that wasn't working was not what God intended for me. He wanted me to step out in faith, take bold actions that would lead to a better future for myself and my children. God encouraged me to see beyond my immediate struggles and invest in my future, even when it meant making significant and life-changing decisions. Fast forward a few years, my children and I are thriving, thanks partially to this congregation and the members of Trillium. Trusting in God that He knew what was in my best interest in the long run, helping me through those rough years. Having faith to leave behind what wasn't working and walk into the unknown. God's guidance and encouragement gave me the strength to invest in our future, and now we're reaping the rewards of that faith. This personal journey taught me that sometimes we need to make bold and transformative decisions to invest in a better future. Today, I want to talk to you about a similar opportunity that could significantly benefit our congregation and community, the investment in a Just Like Family franchise. Just Like Family is a franchise that provides high-quality home care services to individuals who need assistance with daily living activities. Their mission is to offer compassionate and reliable care that enhances the quality of life for their clients. Some of the services they offer include personal care, companionship, housekeeping, and specialized care for individuals with specific needs. These services are essential for many families in our community, especially our elderly and those with disabilities. Just Like Family isn't a typical franchise. The home franchisor is more than 50% owned by charities, including 2 United Churches, as well as a few United Church of Canada ministers. Moreover, Just Like Family is a certified social enterprise. Let's take a closer look at what it means to be a social enterprise and how this aligns with our values.
What is social enterprise? A social enterprise is a business, generating majority of the revenue from sales of goods and services. But they also have a social, cultural, or environmental mission, reinvesting majority of their profits back into that mission. But what does that mean, and why does it matter? By reinvesting profits and keeping the money with the mission, you know that doing business with a social enterprise creates impact.
I mean, for us, this is a big motivator that it can replace the need for donations to fund social programming, where we can ourselves be very intentional and hands-on about the return that we can have and the impact we can have in our communities.
Social enterprises are transforming our economy and tackling some of the biggest challenges we face.
Operating a business to achieve social objectives, and what you do with that profit that you are able to generate is to be directly reinvested back in the operations of that business.
Learn more and find out how you can buy and sell with impact at buysocialcanada.com.
A social enterprise is a business model that prioritizes social goals alongside financial success. It aims to make a positive impact on society while being financially sustainable. This dual focus ensures that the business contributes to the well-being of the community while generating revenue. Just Like Family operates as a social enterprise. This means that while they're committed to running a successful business, their primary goal is to provide services that significantly improve the lives of their clients and support their families. This commitment of social good aligns perfectly with the values of our congregation. I'd like to share a perspective from one of our own members here at Trillium United Church. Ruth Thompson has been a dedicated part of our congregation. In her short video, Ruth will share why she believes investing in a social enterprise like Just Like Family is not just beneficial, but essential for our future. Let's hear from Ruth. As a note, the computer has a little gremlin, so she might be a little sideways.
I believe a Just Like Family franchise will benefit Trillium in 2 key ways: make a difference in our community and provide financial stability. 5 years ago, I went to a social enterprise event organized by Edge Ministry of the United Church of Canada. On that day, I learned that churches can own a business and that there was such a thing as social enterprise business. It was also clear to me that the United Church of Canada organized this event because they believed congregations had to consider social enterprise to ensure their long-term finances. Before Just Like Family approached Trillium about a franchise, I had no idea what business we might develop. To create a successful business from idea to fruition, extremely difficult. Just Like Family is a franchise with a proven success record for franchisees. There is support from Just Like Family. They want us to succeed. Home care services meet a critical need that will only grow over time. Like any business, there is risk. But I believe there may be a bigger risk for Trillium in continuing the way we have. After being in leadership for over 15 years, one thing is clear to me. The staffing and programs we need to work on our mission cost more than we can afford. This is our chance to leverage the assets we have to secure our financial future while making a big difference in our community.
Just Like Family creates customized care plans tailored to each client's specific needs. This personalized approach ensures that each individual receives the care and attention they deserve, enhancing their quality of life. Unlike many larger home care providers, Just Like Family has a strong focus on serving the local community. They prioritize hiring local caregivers and supporting community initiatives, fostering a sense of belonging and support within the community. Let me share a testimonial from Sarah from Richmond, BC. The connection my parents have with their caregiver is that of a close friend, not an employee that provides a service, so they can't wait for the days when she visits them. Now let's hear directly from Lynn, who became a franchise owner in May of 2023.
Within the organization, so really excited. What drew me to Just Like Family was really my own experience, having to take care of my mother, who was unwell and was battling cancer, and then onto dementia and Alzheimer's, and just having someone coming in and supporting us was really wonderful. It allowed me to not only give me back time, but it also helped me with my relationship, because I was, when you transition from a child parent to a caregiver, that dynamic is different. So that allowed me to be, her daughter again, which was wonderful. And it just gave me that support. It relieved a lot of anxiety and stress. So the opportunity to then being able to, I guess, more of a full circle moment, now come in and be a part of a wonderful organization that provides support to families, which I had gone through, was just an incredible opportunity.
So thanks so much. So
It's okay.
Rural care, again, and from my own personal experience, I did have PSWs in my home. I did work with other agencies, but just the care and the willingness to go above and beyond with Just Like Family, I thought was just really, really inspiring to me. I mean, when you have caregivers, I was speaking to one the other day who just, listen, they don't ask me to, but I'll mow the lawn, I'll shovel the driveway. They'll do all these other things. It's no additional cost. But really people are there because they truly care about those individuals. And I think it's really, for me, the way to coin it is really bringing care to healthcare, because we find so much now that, you feel like it's a drive-through in terms of our care. But when I'm inspired to be working with an organization or a company that really is paramount. And everything else is outside of that, but it really is the care that's really made a difference.
exactly, I couldn't agree.
Howling from Kamloops, BC, had this to say about their experience with Just Like Family. Great home care from the service provider. I had surgery. I needed someone to watch over me for the next 24 hours. The care provider picked me up from the surgical center and drove me home. I was very drowsy after the surgery. He made sure I was under good assistance, such as offering food, hydration, changing dressings, and even getting meds from the drugstore for me. I felt very lucky I had him to take care of me after the surgery. Highly recommended. The concept of matching caregivers with clients based on their specific needs is crucial.
To Kelowna in the Okanagan region here about 2 years ago. To Kelowna in the Okanagan region here about 2 years ago, in the middle of the pandemic. Decided to get into something that was a lot more meaningful, getting out of the corporate world, climb that ladder in the corporate world, and determined that it wasn't as good a view as I thought there would be. So I wanted to get up, do something that was going to make me jump out of bed a little bit more, and I'm definitely jumping out of bed these days. Nothing makes me more happier than when I'm able to match up a caregiver and a client that are both very happy. I mean, Lisa's always mentioned about being a matchmaker. I feel the exact same way about being a matchmaker. It's a fun job to do.
Just Like Family provides extensive training and ongoing support to their caregivers. This commitment to professional development ensures that caregivers are well equipped to provide the highest quality of care. Just Like Family recently partnered with Vision Loss Rehabilitation Canada. This means that Just Like Family is committing to specially train and certify caregivers in providing home care for those with vision loss. The core values of Just Like Family emphasize ethical and compassionate care. They strive to treat every client with dignity, respect, and kindness, setting them apart from providers who may prioritize profit over people. Here's a testimonial from Jane in Oakville, sharing her positive experiences with Just Like Family. I was reluctant to try another home care agency after some really bad experiences, but I'm so glad I did. Everyone at Just Like Family have been kind, compassionate, supportive, and caring above and beyond anything I could have hoped for. I can't recommend them enough. Truly, next level service. And the name is spot on, because they do treat us just like family. Let's hear another perspective from Lynn.
Associations out there for sure, but we really do stand apart in terms of, again, bringing that premium level of healthcare. And again, if you were to compare us to a significant brand, we would look at Starbucks. It was, premium, coffee and experience at an affordable price. And that is really Just Like Family. We want to bring that high level of care at an affordable price. And oftentimes you see that disparity between the rich and the poor and all the rest of it, that, the haves and the have-nots. And what we've been able to do is to bring into communities, into territories, into neighborhoods, that premium care that's affordable for really anyone. So that's what's really exciting. And so I really encourage people to learn about us, call us, we'll sit and talk to you. We'll speak with your family members. We'll sit at the kitchen table and have those great conversations about care because we know it's important. And again, for us, even as we continue to age, we know how important healthcare is. We know how critical it is in Canada and what the gaps are in supports and services. So we're so fortunate and so proud to be able to step into some of those gap areas and to provide this wonderful support and care for families. We're so proud that we're able to provide jobs for individuals, for those PSWs coming into those homes. We know there's many people sitting in hospitals because, there's no care at home, and we're really happy to be able to provide that. Also, we're able to provide a living wage. So ensuring that those PSWs who are out into those homes, they can in turn feed their families, which is very important as part of the overall ecosystem. So we are just excited, and we're certainly looking forward to serving your family.
Awesome.
As part of Trillium's investment, we have the opportunity to integrate spiritual care and support into the services provided by Just Like Family. This means that alongside physical care, clients can receive spiritual guidance and support tailored to their beliefs and needs. This holistic approach to care aligns with our mission to nurture the whole person, body, mind, and spirit. At Trillium United Church, our mission has always been deeply rooted in serving our community with compassion and care. We see the results of this mission in the many ways that we interact within our community. Just Like Family shares these same values, making this investment a natural extension of our commitment to making a positive impact. Just Like Family's mission to provide high-quality, compassionate home care to those in need aligns perfectly with our church's dedication to support and uplift our community members. Another important aspect of Just Like Family is its openness to incorporating the spiritual care into its services. This provides a unique opportunity for us to extend our ministry beyond the walls of our church. By investing in this franchise, we can ensure that spiritual support and care are available to those who need it. This comprehensive approach to care aligns with our belief in the importance of nurturing the whole person. Investing in Just Like Family is a way for us to put our faith into action. It's about stepping out in faith and trusting that God will use this investment to bless our community and provide for those in need. This investment is more than a financial decision. It's a reflection of our values and our commitment to live out our faith through service. By supporting Just Like Family, we're embracing our calling to be the hands of Christ in our community. Through this investment, we can extend our reach, providing care and support to those who may not be able to come to us, but who need our help just as much. Aligning with Just Like Family allows us to live out our mission in new and impactful ways. It's an opportunity to extend our ministry, support our community, and demonstrate our commitment to compassionate care. Together, we can make a difference and bring hope and healing to those in need. Many of our elderly neighbors face significant challenges. The quality of care they receive can often be inadequate, leading to feelings of isolation and neglect. In some cases, families are overwhelmed and unable to provide the support their loved ones need. Let's consider the emotional and practical impacts this has on their lives. For example, a lack of personalized care can lead to deteriorating health and a diminished sense of self-worth. This is a problem we cannot ignore. In Ontario, many of our beloved elderly face significant challenges in receiving the care they truly need and deserve. Despite the best efforts of government programs, there are often gaps that leave our seniors vulnerable. Many elderly individuals struggle with long wait times for adequate home care services, leaving them without the support they need to manage daily tasks and medical needs. Additionally, there are often shortages of personal support workers, resulting in rushed visits that do not provide the thorough, compassionate care our seniors deserve. Just Like Family offers a level of personalized care that government services sometimes struggle to provide due to limited services and high demand. By investing in this franchise, we can ensure that more individuals receive the attention and compassionate care that they deserve. This includes assistance with daily living activities, companionship, specialized care. Such comprehensive care improves the quality of life for both clients and their families. Families are often the primary caregivers for their loved ones, which can be incredibly demanding and stressful. Just Like Family provides much needed relief to these families, allowing them to focus on their own well-being, ensuring their loved ones are well cared for. Caring for an aging parent or a family member with special needs can be overwhelming. Just Like Family services offer respite to family caregivers, giving them time to rest and recharge while knowing their loved ones are in good hands. This support not only helps to prevent caregiver burnout, but also strengthens family bonds by allowing families to spend quality time together, free from the stress of constant caregiving duties. By aligning with the church's mission and values, this investment allows us to extend our reach and making a meaningful impact in the lives of those around us. Let's hear from Richard and Shelley, franchise owners in London.
Welcome to Home Care Connections, and today we get to meet Shelley and Richard in southwestern Ontario. Shelley, Richard, welcome. We're going to start it really quick. What are the top 3 words that you think that people need to know about you?
Promptness, reliability, and trust.
And I would say promptness, professionalism, and trust as well.
Can you tell that they're married? It's almost exactly the same. Perfect. I love it. So moving into the next question then, what does success look like for you? What do you strive to do for your families that you're serving?
For me in particular, it's continuity of care, making sure the same people are there, that's successful, and giving them that assurance and confidence to know that we are continually being the same over and over and over again. It just makes perfect comfort for them. And that's part of the reason too that we had such a high retention rate, right? People don't leave because they know they're going to get that quality all the time, every day.
And building rapport with clients is so important from our end as well as from the support workers and as well trying to match personalities as best as we can. And as Richard said, that continuity of care is so important. You know, families are uneasy having someone new into their home, so if you can build that trust and rapport with them, that's really what's going to benefit everybody.
Wow, I can tell from both of your answers right away that you guys care so much, and you really have to be in this business. What fills your cup in this work?
For me, actually, what fills my cup, and some people would think this strange, but is providing a living for a lot of our staff. I think it's amazing when you have 15 people that you're helping live each and every day and are supporting their families. And then obviously those folks are the ones that are helping our people, right? Our clients, but having them happy, having them fulfilled, just to me, that's what I look at first, because I know then we can do the rest of our job well.
And I think that what fills my cup is just seeing how well the families are managing. When we have a client that, you know, they've been reluctant in the beginning to have a support person in their home, or a stranger basically in their home, and then they let us know how amazing it's been to have that care, even though they were reluctant in the beginning.
Yeah, it's more than surviving, it's thriving. And thank you so much for both of you, and for people watching, please learn about more of our franchise partners across the country. Thank you.
Thank you.
I want to revisit my personal story from a different perspective. Earlier, I shared how following the path of God sometimes means making hard decisions that we might not expect. These decisions, though challenging, lead us to growth and fulfillment. What makes Just Like Family stand out is their deep commitment to ensuring their clients and their families don't just get by, but truly thrive. Their approach goes beyond basic care. They offer comprehensive support that addresses the unique needs of each individual, helping them lead fulfilled and dignified lives. Before I made significant changes in my life, I relied on various organizations to help fill the gaps in my life and the lives of my children. While these organizations provided temporary support, they never truly enabled me to achieve long-term stability. I was always treading water, trying to stay afloat without a sense of real progress. Just Like Family, however, takes a different approach. They work tirelessly to empower their clients, providing not only the essential care services, but also emotional, social, and practical support that helps them thrive in their daily lives. This holistic approach is designed to uplift clients, fostering an environment where they can grow, connect, and find joy and purpose. Reflecting on my journey, I see a strong parallel with what Just Like Family offers. Their dedication to helping clients thrive rather than merely survive is what sets them apart. It's a commitment to long-term well-being and holistic care, aligning perfectly with our church's mission to serve and uplift our community. Investing in a Just Like Family franchise represents more than just a financial decision. It's about choosing a path that offers lasting solutions rather than temporary fixes. It's about creating a foundation for true progress and stability, enabling us to not only stay afloat, but to rise above and thrive. Imagine the profound impact we can have on our elderly community members. With Just Like Family Homecare, we can offer them more than just help with daily tasks. We can provide companionship, support, spiritual care, and a renewed sense of purpose. Picture our seniors feeling happier, more connected, valued, all within the comfort of their homes. And for their families, the peace of mind knowing their loved ones are in good hands is truly priceless. This is more than a service. It's a ministry of love and care. By embracing this opportunity, we're not just providing care. We're creating a web of support and connection. Caregivers and clients bring meaningful relationships, bridging generations, fostering mutual respect. Our church's investment deepens our community ties, allowing us to live out our mission of service and care. Together, we're stronger, united in our shared purpose of loving and supporting one another. By supporting this franchise, we not only address the practical needs of our seniors, but also fulfill our spiritual calling to care for and uplift each other, strengthening the bonds of our faith community. Now, I understand that we all have questions about the financial aspects of this investment. I want to assure you that in our next meeting, we will delve into the financial details, including projected returns, initial investment required, and the safeguards we have in place to ensure this investment is both prudent and beneficial to our congregation. Today, I wanted to focus on the heart of this opportunity. It's about more than just numbers. It's about our mission, our values, and our commitment to serving others in the spirit of Christ's love. I hope this presentation has given you a clearer picture of what investing in Just Like Family could mean for our church and our community. I'm here to ensure that you feel both informed and confident about this opportunity. For those of you watching the live stream and those that prefer to take their time to process what you've heard today, we encourage you to email your questions or concerns to myself, which will be up in a moment. If email isn't your preferred method, please reach out with my cell phone. We will do our best to ensure these are addressed during the next meeting. I now open the floor if anyone has any questions at this time. The contact information? Yes. Sally's concern was ensuring that this contact information is available in the next e-news. We will make sure that happens. Thank you. Yes. So the question asked was, how am I connected to Trillium? And I recognize that I am not a person that comes on Sunday very often, which is true. I joined Trillium probably about 7 or 8 years ago, shortly after I moved to Cambridge with my family. Trillium felt welcoming and and it felt like another home. I have also been involved in the Generosity Committee for a while. And I was asked to be part of this committee in the spring. to bring my blend of personal and professional experience. I had a really great answer to that question, and now I can't remember any of it. Perfect. It is. Deanie said that I answered her question. She felt the same thing. She felt that coming to Trillium felt like a home.
And we loved your children when they were in the youth and the Sunday school program.
Thank you. Thank you.
Karen, can we get your professional background, some information?
Yes. So the question raised was getting some information about my professional background. So I have a passion for continuous learning and a commitment to making meaningful and positive changes, which means I have a wide variety of schooling under my belt, including financial, technical, communication schooling. I've had the privilege of leading teams and projects within business and my other volunteer roles as well that not only exceed the business goals, but also emphasized collaboration and mutual support. Did that answer your question? Okay, thank you.
Could you tell us a little more about your formal, what makes you good to lead us, if this goes forward, from the business perspective? More formal, you've given us what motivates you, but more formally, what makes you a good fit?
Excellent question. I believe that I'm not the only person that could do this job. There are many people who are qualified just like I am. However, what I do bring to this role is the passion I have with the Spirit, and how that moves and lets me move and make decisions in my daily life that not everybody has. That not everybody that is qualified for this job has that passion. I believe in empowering others around me to do their best abilities, and I believe that is a key feature of what is required in this role. Does that answer your question? Okay.
I'm going to ask for you, but you have to answer. So Mickey would like to know what the social benefit, not the financial benefit, what does this do for Trillium? We understand that it aligns with our values, but what is the social, sort of the social outlook and the social impact, I guess?
So the obvious benefits are helping the community, the people the clients in the community, helping support the caregivers that would be employed. And some of the not so obvious benefits is financially the funds, because this is a social enterprise, the majority of funds and profits go back into the community. And if Trillium were to invest in a franchise, Trillium would be responsible for spreading and deciding where those funds and how they help the community. Did that answer your question? I'll think more on it and come back to you next meeting.
I'm not looking for any job, but if somebody asks me about my training, my background, I would probably tell them about schools, University of Toronto, University of Waterloo, University of Manitoba, and a brief course at Conestoga College, and what I learned each of those places. I'm wondering about if you have certain schools, courses, and what you learned there, that just to get to know you better.
Okay. So I started out, I've graduated with a Bachelor of Science from the University of Western Ontario. What I learned there was a lot of teamwork and very late nights, and that the amount of effort you put into the amount of effort helps you to see the results, I guess. Fast forward a few years, I have taken a couple of communication-specific adult communication courses through Mohawk College. Found that really interesting, and I try to actively incorporate what I've learned there when dealing with teams and projects. Fast forward a few more years, I have a accounting certificate through the Sheridan College. What I learned there was I did not want to be an accountant. Sometimes it's what you also learn is what you don't want to do. Fast forward a few more years, and I have also acquired a postgraduate certificate from the University of Lambton College. That one was purely online. I started that one through COVID, and I was debating on whether to do an MBA or a more specific course along what I was requiring for work purposes. And in researching the MBA, what I realized was I pretty much knew everything they were going to teach me. So I went with a more specific course. I found it thrilling. Data analytics for business decision makers. Everybody is like, oh my gosh, that's so awesome, right? Yeah, nobody knows what it means either. It's fine. But what I learned through that was I definitely enjoy learning when other people are around me. That social isolation was very difficult. So, did that answer your question? Okay. There's a question way at the back.
How much extra effort is this going to be to the congregation? Not financial, but effort as, do we need extra people? Do we need more resources? Do we need more staff? Do we need all of that?
That's an excellent question, and it is one I was planning on answering in the next meeting when we talked more about the details. At the highest level, we are not asking the congregation to volunteer or put themselves forward. There will be a request for a small number of people to be like a board of directors, just to ensure that Trillium's investment is following what Trillium wants it to ensure that it's doing what Trillium wants it to do.
I have a lot of financial questions, but I understand I need to keep those for next week, which I will do. So I only have one question for you. I have a lot of experience with hiring caregivers from numerous different companies. I think you paint a very rosy picture about what this business is all about. I know that PSWs are in very short supply. So my question to you is, does this company give you strategies to try to find, hire, and keep these wonderful, caring, responsible caregivers?
The short answer is yes. Just Like Family provides a lot of support throughout the startup as well as ongoing support. There is a lot of conversation, even in leading up to having conversations with the congregation. I've spoken with some people directly at Just Like Family who are more than willing to offer some interesting stories or information on what their business is about. Sorry, I'm sure I went off on a tangent and I'm trying to remember the question. Strategies. Yeah. One of their main strategies is ensuring that employees are provided a living wage and not just minimum wage or necessarily the going rate, depending on the regions. Strategies. I had another thought and it just went right out the window. Their largest strategy is they really, really want their franchisees to be successful. And in order to be successful, that includes them providing us support, us providing them support. The number of franchisee owners that speak very, very highly of their clients and of their staff. There's very, very low turnover. So I'm assuming once we actually agree to this franchise investment, we will see a lot more detail about what those strategies look like. Does that answer your question? Okay. Sally, I'm going to come back to you.
Hi, Karen. I'm asking a question on behalf of Frida. She's now under Veterans Affairs for everything that she requires, but if she would use help through this franchise, would that affect, can it work together, or you need to go with one or the other?
I'm not super familiar with Veterans Affairs and how that interacts, but from my understanding, if you receive funds, then you can direct them to where you'd like them to go. I would have to look more into what the rules around Veterans Affairs are and getting extra assistance, because we certainly wouldn't want you to minimize the assistance you're currently getting.
Right.
I do know with the Ontario government, they have been working towards a program where you have to qualify, but if you qualify, there is a program where instead of them sending the people for the services that they have agreed to, they are willing to provide the funds for you to find and source out your own services to be provided. And that is one way that the government funds can be used with this franchise.
Okay.
Does that answer your question a bit?
I think so.
Okay.
There's probably a lot more to all of that, but she'd have to find out. Yeah. Thanks.
May I speak to Susan's question about strategies to attract the best staff and keep them? And staff retention is what has become, is the information that's been shared up to this point. Strategies for staff retention and living wage, recognizing, and if necessary, I don't have the authority to quote, but taking into account travel to and from clients, where I know there are some organizations that don't. having the availability of longer blocks of time, which means there is less rushing. And then on top of that, our Just Like Family franchise, should we go forward, would be responsible for ensuring, having standards that would maintain the highest possible standard of care that we could. And I know that our healthcare system is broken, and I know that it is so difficult to guarantee, but this does seem like a business that has the potential to do a better job of matching up good staffing quality, good service providers to meet the needs of the clients.
So it might come down to you only have X number of workers, you only have so many clients, and you don't take on new ones because you don't have the staff. You can't find enough.
So the answer to the additional question asked was, that is correct. We will not take on clients if we cannot support them to the highest quality that Trillium has decided on. I believe there's one more question.
Sure. Idealistically speaking, this sounds like a wonderful endeavor if we had an army of incredible workers that could do this. Having worked in this field for 30 years in this area, there are people that I think of that I would love to see doing this job, but the organizations that I'm familiar with are having trouble with staff retention or just finding staff. Everything is short-staffed. Hospitals are short-staffed. Local long-term care facilities are short-staffed. An organization that I worked for over 25 years that has an incredible retention record is incredibly short-staffed right now. Is there any way of us vetting, finding people that would be interested in possibly working here prior to spending the money on the organization? Because if we don't have the staff, owning the organization doesn't, don't get me wrong, I would love to see this kind of care, completely speaks to my heart, but practically speaking,
Valid concerns.
Yeah.
Yes. So I will definitely speak more on that at the next meeting. We'll have more information. But at this point in time, I can say that some of the people on the steering committee have reached out to some PSWs within our congregation or just outside, and they seemed very on board with moving. Now, my understanding is if Trillium chooses to invest in this franchise, it is not an all or nothing right from the start. The plan is to build it up, start out temporary, get a few clients, get a few PSWs, making sure that we can have that. And as we can find more people, we can build the client base. Does that help to answer your question a little bit? A little bit? I'll work harder for next time. Okay. I'll let Bobby come and speak.
Hi. Oh, there we go. Okay, thank you for your fabulous questions. And Karen had asked me to write them all down, just so that we know the kind of questions that were coming forward. Again, all really, really good questions. And I just want to speak to Lori's last question there, which Karen did answer. But I did the initial research on this in the fall. Council had asked me to do that. And that was one of the first things we did. We asked around to people that we know are PSW workers or have worked in this field. And we did ask, and we got 4 or 5 people that said, yes, if you purchase this franchise, we would be interested in applying for a job with you. So we did that little bit. And then we also looked around at people in the congregation. We didn't really get too far about sort of recruiting clients, but that was one of the things we started with. And then we realized there was a whole lot more work that we had to do and a lot more questions to ask. So that was done in the fall. Karen, I can't thank you enough. A big round of applause, please, for Karen. Really, really appreciate your presentation, Karen. You did a fantastic job. One of the things about our team, Mark, Sally, Karen, and I, we all have different backgrounds but similarities, so that we can all add to the kind of background and expertise to work together. Yes, of course. And thank you, Sally. And we recently recruited Kevin Ubele, who also has great financial skills. So again, thank you so much. Thank you again for the food and all the volunteers. Leave your dishes where they are. We'll clean it all up. And then we'll put a little note in the e-news for Friday. Joanne is going on holiday as of Friday, but I'll make sure she gets a little blurb for this news. I'm assuming there's going to be an e-news. And it will encourage you, if you have your questions, you want to put anything in writing, to put it to Karen's contact information. We'll get that in that e-news, and then we'll have another meeting August the 11th where we will delve more into the nuts and bolts of the mechanism of how this all works, okay? Again, thank you so much, and have a great day.